Alright, so our F-35s are dropping targets because they're outside of our patrol area. Well, we can fix that. Well, so there is our patrol zone. So let's add another. Thing is, I don't want to get too close to those SAM. I don't want to get inside that SAM. No, I don't want to get inside. Oh, I am inside the SAM batteries already if I patrol up there, so you know, we're just gonna leave our patrol zone as it is. But I wonder, Team Leavenworth, attack that NGO. We're gonna have our infantry go and attack those AAA sections. Not sure if it's actually going to do any good, but hey, you never know. Alright, so F-35s. Come on, get them. How MiG-21s can dodge aimed 120? There's sometimes the math rolls in this just kind of surprise me. I mean, not that there's anything wrong. I don't expect 100% hits out of AMRAAMs, but still, these missiles should be hitting these F-7s. There we go. Got them. All right, so how many AMRAAMs do you have left? They are RTB. And I don't think I have any F-35s ready to go yet. Won't have any more and for another 2 hours, it looks like. Oh no, these guys are ready to go. Are they not assigned to a mission? Wonder where these guys are going to. Maneuver to refuel. But you have no AMRAAMs left. Okay, you guys return to base. Not sure why they're refueling when they have no AMRAAMs. Alright, next group's taking off. Alright, did we... I completely lost track of that Tomahawk strike. Doesn't look like it actually did any good, so... we're just going to add that one to the list. All right, so providing emergency supplies to the French. Silver Eagles 6 and 7 are returning to base. And where are the bombers at? Still slowly trucking along. What do we have over here? We have some surface-to-surface missile batteries. Overflight rights. So the countries of Benin and Cameroon border the CWA to the eastern and western geographic borders respectively. Both of these nations are former French colonies. Both are predominantly Roman Catholic. Both are sizable Muslim minorities. Both are fearful of CWA encroachment. Cameroon has been fighting sporadic border engagements. Both are reluctant to fully join the U.S. effort at this juncture due to perceived opinion that the U.S. is fickle with international commitments. One diplomat stated that his country has no desire to become another Vietnam or Iraq. Both are considering more formal arrangements once the U.S. commits ground troops. In effect, they are both taking a wait-and-see position. Benin and Cameroon have granted limited overflight rights to the U.S. for the duration of Operation Perfect Storm. Rights are limited in the sense that such rights will not be acknowledged. Preferences for flight operations at night, no landing right authorized, no radio contact. Void overflight of urban areas, no overflights in excess of sound barrier. All right, so pretty much I can overfly Benin and Cameroon over here, which I was going to anyway, so next about the 5-inch AA guns with proximity fuses having the same range as Bofors. I get what you mean, but at the same time, it's like devs have to focus their efforts. If they wanted every single little request that us players wanted, they would just never be able to get anything done. So I mean, I do understand that. All right, so next group of F-35s is already on their way to back to base. Really wish the F-35 had more missile capacity without losing stealth. You know, Snake, I actually can't remember. It's uh it's been a while since I've played the scenario, so I can't remember if there's like can't what I guess what I'm trying to say is I can't remember if there's like a point deduction if it's not night when you overfly. Um, Played this scenario a couple times when it first came out, and I can't really remember. Well, there goes our B-52s have launched. But you could probably actually find a way to enforce that if you actually had like an area around here and said, um, will it be a time trigger? Maybe. I'd actually have to. I don't know. You could probably script something like it though. Um, no, because you can't. Well, you could you could do it now. I don't think you could do it at the time of the scenario because you could actually have use a condition. Because my JASMs are on their way, or my B2s with JASMs are on their way to strike a different airbase. And really, this is just a general strike because I screwed up the mission, and um, so these are just going to pound the whole airbase. They're not actually going to target anything specific. In fact, I'm not even sure if any of these are actually going for the runway. But I'm curious. Okay, so these can't be redirected, it doesn't look like. Reload Spearfish. Because I'm going to send our sub that way. And there goes our JASM strike. B2s are on their way home. But these do look like they're going to come off at a... Okay, so these are actually using waypoints. These aren't coming all in on the same bearing. It doesn't... Well, they spread out. Not coming in completely off bearing, but they did spread out a little bit. And I'm curious. Um, I was kind of seeing... I don't know if the SA2 can target missiles. Guided weapon targets aircraft. So it may not be able to target our missiles. So we may be, these may actually get through without being actually attacked by anything. All right, so missiles are inbound for the airbase. This is going to be a complete overkill, but oh, something is firing at it. I am losing missiles. No, not as much ammo or overkill as I thought it would be, but not bad either. Didn't hit the runway. Okay, so now what I want to do, I'll reset up missions as soon as those beef or those bombers land. So I was a little optimistic about the overkill potential of that strike. Alright, so we destroyed some ground facilities. Not too bad. And where's my other B-52 group at? They are still inbound. So whereas these might, maybe I don't want to do overflights right now. What I do want to do is just target their oil field. We'll pause the game. So let's say strike those 6 oil wells. So now they launch. All right, so one of these is already turned around and headed back to base. He's out of missiles. We still have 4 left. We're just going to have these guys kind of orbit. Oh no, we have more oil wells over here. So let's just target those 2. There we go. Group left, heading back to base. All right, so how are my... All right, so strike aircraft will be ready in about 3 hours. Air to air, we will have some cap backup in in a couple of minutes. And bombers are all on their way back to base. Although I'm curious, where are my P8s at? Did they already fire? Those are my B2s. Oh, there they are. Okay. All right, so they're actually being fired on by SAMs. I am losing P8s. Get back to base. Well, I don't think I did enough hits to actually kill him. Oh, we have some more oil wells over here. I'm going to drop those, just in case I actually flagged one as hostile when it wasn't. Alright, so we do have an enemy sub that has been spotted. So we're going to send our HMS Ambush to deal with her. Ambush, go to flank. That looks like it's going for our patrol. Do we have any? Okay, so we do have some. Launch individually. Okay, so I do have a couple. I've got a couple of Lynx, and I have a couple of Merlins, and we're gonna send we're gonna send the helicopters to deal with that sub. They'll probably get there before Ambush does, but just in case. Actually, we'll send Ambush to deal with the surface group. They're not gonna get there before. All right, so Merlins are on their way to deal with the sub. Our cruise missile strike is inbound. What is this? Oh, F-35s. Top secret, Chinese scheduled conference. The commander of the Chinese Military Assistance Group, CWA, has scheduled video conferencing call with the commander in Beijing at 1200 Zulu this date. This event has been corroborated by two sources. The most likely meeting point in theater is either the headquarters bunker at Port Harcourt Airport or the adjacent communications bunker. Other key leaders are likely to be in attendance. The communications link has been reserved for 1 hour for this conference call. Tangent channels only. So am I supposed to... Hmm. Doesn't say if I'm supposed to attack it. Harcourt Airport. Where's that? That's got to be this back here, though, right? Where's Chinese Embassy, War College? There's their training center back there. Port Harcourt, there's their oil refineries, oil wells. So that's where said meeting's supposed to be taking place at. Let's see. Ammo bunker, barracks. Chinese Assistance Group North. And there's the comm bunker. So those two buildings right there. Snake, give me just a minute, and I will go and hunt it. It can only be found actually on the command forums. It's got its own thread. Give me just a second, and I will go hunt it down for you. So I want to look at something. So 1200 Zulu local. So 15 minutes is when that meeting's gonna be. And I don't have anything in the area that can attack it. Um, I'm not gonna have my. I do have something. I have a Los Angeles class attack submarine. And it's got tactical tomahawks. And what I'm going to do is find that it is marked hostile, so I'm assuming I can attack it. So comm bunker and so we're gonna take out or try and take out. We're gonna assign. Okay, so we've basically allocated our VLS. And then what do we have in? So we've got UGM 109E Block 4 TACTOMs. So reload tomahawks into our VLS or into our torpedo tubes. All right, and then we're going to expel our VLS. That may not be enough. I don't know what the air-to-air defenses are between there and me. So chances are this strike may not actually work and it may not even be there in time, but what the hell is worth a shot? Hey, Belugan. Oh, and then I was going to go look for while we're watching our strikes go in here. Okay, so what I think I want to do